Hello, welcome to Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. I'm Gabriella Espinosa, and I'll be taking us through a soul realignment process for the next 30 minutes. This show will be a healing on walking through our fear and into our empowerment. No fear is too big or too small to be included in our session today. All are welcome, even phobias. Pure Soul Alchemy is a transmission of channeled healing technologies which restructure your creative source grid. It's a channeled energetic field where transformative operations and procedures are enacted for you while you comfortably relax. Through my perception and vocalization of the inner energetic grid, we are opened in ways which allow these technologies to come into our physical reality and enact change on our behalf. Be sure to be in a place where you can lay down and relax deeply to receive the session. If you would like to learn about scheduling your own individual Pure Soul Alchemy session, go to www.puresoulalchemy.com. It's quite helpful to go back and listen again repeatedly to deepen the effects of the session and take the healing even deeper. Now, take some deep breaths and bring into your awareness and into your heart one area in your life where you are in fear. It can be fear in relation to others, your job, your relationship, your mortality, your success, the dark, anything. It can be about something small and seemingly mundane, or it can be about something that scares you so much that you feel utterly alone and paralyzed. Hold it in your heartfelt awareness while you listen in. It will get addressed. Plus, you will receive healing on whatever everyone else who is listening in is working on too. I will establish links with our higher selves and our guides. I'll listen to all of us and then report my impressions of what I hear to the best of my ability. Through this reporting, your system and I interpret the information and align our conscious volition to proceed with the recommendations of our guides. Our unified front empowers, strengthens, and amplifies the energetic operations as they are taking place. My energetic system orients itself with the support of my guides to serve as a proxy for the operations on your behalf so that you may receive the realignment in more comfort and ease. If you don't understand some or any of the words I'm speaking, or even if you find yourself falling asleep, don't worry. What is most important and of most benefit is that you relax as deeply as possible to receive the energy transmission of the operations, rather than trying to stay alert and focused on the wordings or ascribing any real-time meanings to them. I will read some of our healing intentions now, and we've got quite a few. First one is fear of forgiveness, fear around self-love, releasing patterns that are not self-loving or supportive of growth, fear that is underneath anger, especially in relationship difficulties, fear of confrontation, fear of being assertive, fear of being myself, learning fears, examination and test-taking fears, fears of not having enough, fears that I won't get enough, I don't have what it takes to make enough, fear that I will never have what I'm truly wanting, fear that I'll never make it, fear I'll never live the life I wish to live, the life of time and money freedom and emotional freedom, powerlessness in darkness, fear of someone or something in the dark, non-physical, which I can't see, fear that something will happen to cause all the healing that I've worked so hard to attain to vanish. Fear of public speaking and paralysis when all eyes are on me. Fear of the formlessness of reality and existential fears. So we have quite a bit of fears that we're putting into the mix to be worked on in our session, and we all will receive healing on all of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start by calling forth all of the archangels, all of the ascended masters, establishing a heart link with our soul star above our head. Establishing a heart link with our incarnational star and our earth star. And we're flowing the microcosmic orbit through and around all of these centers, including our heart center. We're connecting in with the great I Am presence. With the divine Mother, Father, God essence, creator, source. Mother Earth. And all of our higher levels of consciousness and all of our higher councils all the way to divine source. So we're going to begin clearing on an astrological aspect. And this is a house. In astrology, there are 12 houses. And I'm just going to check in here and see which one that is. That is the 6th house. So we're going to clear for all of us issues and energies having to do with the 6th house. The 6th house represents the last personal stage in development and is thus a critical one. The self-adjustment we undergo here determines our ability to relate to others on an equal footing, and by its success or failure, unites us with or separates us from others. This is the house of work and health, or the lack of either, hygiene and nutrition, service, servant and servitude, daily routine, employment by others, and small animals and pets. Whereas the 5th house activities are done for their own sake, 6th house work is done out of necessity or in support of other, more self-expressive activities. When our work becomes an end in itself, however, we lose the track of our purpose. It becomes pointless, and the result can be physical or psychological illness. This house has to do with remembering what the purpose of our work is and where its joy is. Great, so it looks like we're doing a clearing to start with on the 6th house and more deeply on our soul purpose. Great, so we're clearing out any fears in relation to or that may be infringing upon our ability to unite, align with, and express our true divine soul purpose. Right, so we are clearing on being seen, the fear of being seen as well as the fear of not being seen, witnessed or known, acknowledged or trusted. And this is in relationship to and with ourselves and with others. All right, what's popping up, what's shining is the test-taking examination fears. And this can be literal tests like we take in school or for a job. This can also be the tests that happen on a day-to-day basis, or the phenomenon where we perceive our life experiences to be a test, to either be passed or failed, to be evaluated. Great, so we're going to do some diminishing of charge on this test-taking, or believing ourselves to be in the midst of a test in our lives, being evaluated, either by those around us or by some higher force, spirit or God. And what comes along with that is the misperception of the possibility of failure. Okay, so we're going to sit with that for a little bit and continue to clear on that. Right, so we're going to do a little bit of opening on our ability to value our specific internal needs, moment to moment, being in the moment, valuing them, acknowledging them, these needs that we have on a deep level, on a spirit level, on a heart level, and simultaneously on a form and functioning level. The first step is valuing these needs that we have, valuing enough to bring them into consciousness, into our awareness. And then the following steps can easily take place, those steps being taking proper action, proper communication, right. So while those processes are still going, we're going to do a little bit of clearing. Okay, one is on fear of being controlled by external set of circumstances and or unconscious programming. Great, so I'm just going to release, clear this fear. Okay, and along with this clearing, we're going to do another process on healing internal separation, whole body, whole being separation, or the illusion, I should say, the illusion of separation within our being. All right, we're also doing some parallel interdimensional displacement cleanup, creating content worth for our own internal appraisal system to shift. All right, and over the general broad-reaching topic of fear, we're going to do some clearing of karmic patterns, and this is for everyone listening in. Great. Clearing for patterned responses that are presets based on prior lifetimes and implicit in our genetic ancestral lineage programming. And there's a piece here about hierarchy set in place in the parameters of our something about creative soul closing intent. Let's clear that out. Great. So I'm only getting partial pieces of these messages, and that's okay because the full messages come through in the transmission. But this has something to do with opening up to receive our soul fully, trusting in that. Great. So we're also doing a reorientation, reconstruction of the hierarchy of our consciousness construction in affiliation with our soul. All right. Now, while we got all of that cooking on the stove, we're going to also do some big time root chakra clear out. And root chakra is about safety issues. It's about grounding. It's about our sense of belonging in every aspect of our lives, particularly with our family, our tribe, our close associations, our placement in the world, our placement as a soul in our body. We're doing a major clearing of that root chakra and all the issues contained in the root chakra. Right, we're going to bring in the supportive healing energy of the Ascended Master Pallas Athena. And let me see if I can find a little bit of information as we are bringing that healing supportive energy of Pallas Athena in to serve as a role model as we ourselves and our higher guides reconstruct these structures. Pallas Athena is associated with wisdom and intuition. Brought in with these attributes are those of logic and applied strategy. It is also creative of original thought, showing artistic ability. Pallas Athena also rules a relationship between father and daughter, and it is also representative of the warrior woman and the fight to escape from oppressive male domination. And this could also be applied to the feminine aspect in all of us, men and women alike. We each have our masculine and feminine aspect, and sometimes they don't get along so well, or they're not completely 100% supportive of each other and themselves in relationship to each other, and that's just within our one being. So working on bringing in the role modeling of Pallas Athena into our macrocosmic level and into our microcosmic level of consciousness. Great. So I'm not sure who is doing this asking, but there's asking for an enhancement of our ability to connect. Great. I'm hearing a resounding yes. And just a little information, I do a lot of heavy breathing when I'm moving energy for myself and for all of us. So just wanted to remind you I'm doing okay. Great. Something about the challenges of technique. Challenges in meeting the needs and the requirements of our daily life, living experiences. Great. So we're claiming that, and we're also, at the same time, by doing so, we're doing a deep healing on aspects that we have gained through contagion, aspects that we are in fear about, that we picked up along the way, not through our own experiences, but through others in our proximity, having experienced something fearful and going into a fear response. And then through our connection with these individuals, our system went into resonance with them by default. So we're doing a clearing there, clearing of fear gained through contagion. Application of our sequential dynamic field, opening up true trust, level of capability, and content for appreciation of ourselves on the deepest level of our being. We are still doing a deep clearing of our root chakra issues, traumas, side effects from the past, belief statements which are held there, and contortions which have come about as a result of any or all of these. Rewiring our daily life programming, releasing content which has been based upon speculation. Right, we're doing an enhancement procedure on our creative capacity, our ability to respond creatively, productively, with immediacy in our day-to-day life operations and creative ventures. Great. All appreciation, opening, clearing. Also doing some deep clearing on anxiety. Opening up to a higher level of spaciousness in our capacity to form new units of strength. We're doing a complacency clearing in our hearts, in our minds. Great. Let's also do some clearing of improperly outward flowing. I lost that word, but that's okay. They know what we mean, and they are clearing it on our behalf. Yes, so there's a displacement of energy of sorts. That which has been locked and trapped in fear, which we are, for lack of a better word, broadcasting out as or with our vibration. Right, so we're doing some remediation there. Great. Broadcasting our ability to receive in the first degree possible all the support mechanisms for hope and a degree of them for high visibility within our own stature and with all those among us. Great, so powerful self-acknowledgement is underway. Still doing some very deep clearing on our root chakra. We're also doing an alignment of our root chakra with some higher energy centers above our head. I believe that is chakra 12. So not only are we clearing our root, our base, we are aligning our root and base with chakra 12. Right, so we're going to attend these processes go to completion, and that will be about in the next 2 hours. And I'd like to thank you all for joining us for Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. We're now closing down the session in love, light, gratitude. To learn more about Pure Soul Alchemy and scheduling your own one-on-one session, go to www.puresoulalchemy.com. Feel free to re-listen to this session repeatedly, and this will deepen the effects of the session and take the healing further. This is Gabriella Espinosa. Have a wonderful day.